Kumar,
A very good morning, sir.
good morning. Are we visible and audible to you?
Yes, sir, you are visible and audible.
We are. Two of us are here.
Okay, sir.
Are we visible?
Yes, sir, you are visible.
Okay, introduce yourself.
Uh, so my name is Pawan Kumar Tiwari and I am from Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh. And I have done my graduation in BLLB from Integral University, Lucknow. And I completed my graduation in year 2024. And post that, I am preparing for this exam. And my hobbies and interests include savings and investment and traveling to natural areas like forest and wildlife sanctuaries.
Very good. Your first choice is CRPF.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any specific reasons for choosing it?
Yes, sir. There is a specific reason also. I have spent a significant time of my adolescence with the in the CRPF camp. There
Hmm.
was a CRPF camp near my house, and at night I used to play volleyball with the soldiers in the shared ground that we have. And there I developed a very deep connection and also a very deep understanding of the forces. And therefore, I have put Central Reserve Police Force as my first preference.
We call it as the first line of defense. All security CRPF. Why?
Uh, so we call it first line of defense because prior to formation of BSF, it was also deployed at border guarding along with the state armed, and also it is deployed in a number of internal security challenges, be it Naxalism or insurgency in the northeast or militancy in the Jammu and Kashmir, or even in election or crowd management. CRPF is deployed, so therefore, it plays a very important role in internal security, and therefore, its name is first line of defense.
Very good. There is some kind of a part of the force has got dissatisfaction over the what do you call the promotion and other leave aspects. Do you have any idea about it?
Uh, yes, sir. The recently the Parliament has introduced a CAPF bill, and uh, it is also many experts see that. Uh, so your whole question was not clear. Could only understand the last part.
Only the CRPF because you said you are moving with CRPF personnel
Yes, sir.
during your sports time, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's why I wanted because when you are interacting with them, you will be knowing about their difficulties or their grievances
Yes, sir.
relating
Yes, sir.
to promotion.
Now I understand the question, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir. There is stagnation in the CRPF, and CRPF and BSF are very also said stagnation. But as I said, the government is working on that. And coming to the CRPF, at the sub inspector level, the promotion level is one of the fastest among the CAPF. And but at the officer cadre, there is a slow promotion or stagnation. But recently, the Director General of CRPF, Shri Gyanendra Pratap Singh, have addressed this issue, and he has said that there is policy making. We are formulating a policy so to overcome this problem. And also, our Honorable Home Minister has addressed this issue, and he has reviewed the cadre and also said that there would be cadre management. So I think that in future this problem would be solved.
okay. Is there any reservation policy for women reservation policy for CRPF?
Yes, sir. There is a reservation for women in the SSC GD exam, and I am not sure, but it is around. If you allow, I can take a guess.
Yes.
Sir, it is around 33% of women reservation in CRPF, and CRPF also has six dedicated Mahila battalions. So
Hmm.
therefore, it has a significant women exposure also.
So the Naxalism is completely, vanquished or decimated, whatever you want to call it, declared by the government. Do you think still there are roots of Naxalism, and are we need to be careful about it, and what actions the government need to
Yes,
take?
sir. The main root cause of Naxalism, like socio-economic challenges and development challenges, although the government has worked to address these problems, especially in the marginalized areas, but yes, in some villages and in some areas, the core problems still remain, and the government is actively trying to resolve it. And at the same time, coming to Naxalism disseminated, our Honorable Home Minister on 30th of March in the Lok Sabha has said that Naxalism has been eliminated as out of 21 members, 20 committee members and Politburo members have either been eliminated or surrendered or arrested. And the government is now working on development of these areas. So the core problem does not arise again and Naxalism does not start again. At the same time, government is also trying to ensure that people from marginalized communities feel trust on government, and there is no trust deficit or no power or vacuum is created that couldn't be later filled by the Naxalism. So the government has approached a multi-pronged approach here.
As a student of law,
Yes, sir.
you are aware about the basic structure doctrine adopted by the Supreme Court.
Yes, sir.
Is it acceptable because it is not having an end or not having, it is so elastic? What is your view on that?
So I think it is more like an Indian invention to ensure that the core principles of our constitution remain intact. And I think it was a very good invention done by the Honorable Supreme Court so as to ensure that our constitution remains the supreme and the parliament does not amend the basic features of core elements of the constitution, and it is more like a amending or restraining power on the powers of the parliament. And therefore I think it is good as it protects the fundamental rights and also limits and ensures accountability of the parliament.
Tell me, what are the new strategies that are being followed for an effective border management in India?
Sir, a number of things have been followed for effective border management, like there is CBIMs, that is Comprehensive Border and Integrated Management System, that uses a range of technologies like infrared cameras, dedicated command center for surveillance, and dedicated patrol units with night wear lenses and night wear lens on gear so as to ensure their efficiency in the night also. Also, there is a drone use in this border areas for patrolling. Also, the border outposts have been increased in the recent past, and also on the LOC there is a three-layered fence so as to ensure there is no infiltration. And also the government of India is carrying out fencing at the Bangladesh and Indo-Bangladesh border, and also on the Indo-Myanmar border there is
Yeah,
a
now the newspapers today we see the kind of a new threats emerging in the Bangladesh borders.
yes, sir.
Have you read the newspaper?
Sir, not today's newspaper, but I have read the news that there was some firing by the BSF personnel at the. So, are you referring about that?
Yes,
Uh,
there are so many. You can mention whatever you understand.
Uh, yes, sir. There was some kind of firing done by the BSF personnel, mostly in the air, to prevent any kind of infiltration, as some Bangladesh nationals were trying to enter our territory, and even after repeated warnings, they were not leaving. So there was, I
The
see a video.
minorities are getting attacked in Bangladesh.
Yes,
The
sir.
recent information. So do you think we need to have a relook at our neighborhood first policy?
Yes, sir. I think that we need to relook our policy with Bangladesh, and we need to make our relationship with the Bangladesh institutions more strongly instead of relying on strong relations with any single political party. And also, a new government has been formed under BNP.
Okay,
So
okay.
we
Thank you.
need.
Okay,
Okay, sir.
sir. Thank you.
Thank.
Over to you, sir.
Yes, good morning, Pawan.
Good morning, sir.
So, other than playing volleyball with CRPF troops
Yes,
and
sir.
playing in their campus, what other
Yes, sir.
fascinates you about CRPF? What else?
Sir, the first fascination is CRPF would give me a very wide exposure in internal security matters, be it Naxalism, militancy, or insurgency, or also crowd management. So I
Mhm.
would have a very wide spectrum of exposure in CRPF. And
Mm.
second is my interest is also traveling to natural areas, and the force is mostly deployed in forest areas, so that also aligns with my interest. And so these are the two reasons.
Mm. Okay, so you are a law student.
Yes, sir.
You are not planning to practice law?
No, sir. I'm not planning to practice law. I have planned to join uniform services from starting also. Only.
Mm. Mm. So how law will be helpful? Because you could have done it after simple graduation. You have spent 2 more years in graduating.
Yes, sir. Sir, I think law would be a very beneficial for me also and for the organization also.
Mhm.
Firstly, my legal knowledge would be very helpful for the organization whenever they would need any legal aid or legal knowledge, I would become a very useful asset in that scenario. Second is I would also ensure that there is no procedural lapses conducted or done by my force. And thirdly, I would also ensure that all the procedures and SOPs of the force are properly followed. So I believe that my law knowledge would be very beneficial in forces.
But see, you are being recruited to lead the forces, command them. You're
Yes,
not
sir.
a law officer. So whatever opinion you give, that won't have any value, because there will be a designated law officer who is authorized to give any opinion on any matter in CRPF.
Yes, sir. That is true that they would have dedicated lawyers, but at the same time, sometimes situation can arise that on
Mm,
ground a legal knowledge or a legal aid is required, so
mm,
that there is no procedural lapses or no unlawful arrest. In
mm,
that situation, my law knowledge would be a very useful asset, and at the same time, it would offer diversity to the organization by having a law personnel.
mm. I doubt whether this will be helpful, but anyway, if you view is like this, then it's okay. But you see, there was a long, drawn out kind of case in Delhi High Court recently,
Yes,
when
sir.
the former CM of Delhi challenged the neutrality of a High Court judge, and he
Yes, sir.
claimed she's biased,
Yes, sir.
and he wanted her to recuse from his
Yes,
claim.
sir.
Have
Yes,
you
sir.
followed that case?
Yes, sir. I have followed that case.
Yeah. Do you think the judge should have recused and there were adequate grounds with Mr. Kejriwal to accuse, in a way, the justice of bias?
Um, Sir, Sri Kejriwal contested on 2 points. That is, first is Justice Swarnakanta Sharma have attended the AB Akhil Bharatiya Adhivakta Parishad meeting, but the Justice Sharma wrote or told in her judgment that it was a professional gathering and the petitioner could not directly synchronize how it would link her judicial capacity or
Hmm.
judicial judgment. And second, Shri Kejriwal contested that children of Justice Swarnakanta Sharma are impaneled lawyers. To this also, she spoke that this also does not directly create a conflict of interest, and recusal is more based when there is proper evidence and direct conflict of interest, and not on a mere apprehension. But having said that, I also believe that to remove the apprehension of Shri Kejriwal, the recusal judgment, whether to recuse or not, Justice Swarna Kanta Sharma should have given to some another judge, and that judge should have decided. But because it is more of a judge's own decision whether to recuse or not, so that cannot be questioned by any petitioner.
Hmm. So do you think she did the right thing?
Um, so I believe she did a right thing because uh, there were 2 points given by them, and both points could not establish direct connection. But at the same time, as I said, the whether to recuse or not, it should be decided by some another judge, so as to improve more accountability and more
Hmm.
transparency.
Hmm. So you have done a lot of mooting.
Yes, sir.
So did you win any moot?
Yes, sir. I won one moot court debate.
Hmm. Tell me about it.
So it was about inheritance tax, whether it should be levied or not, and I was assigned to speak against it, and me and my team members won that moot court.
Okay, so tell me about the new criminal laws. How revolutionary they are. The way it is being claimed that the law has been decolonized and now it is indigenous law. Okay,
Yes, sir.
put in Indian ethos. What is your opinion?
So I think a number of things have changed, and these were needed changes because old laws address the problems of 19th and 20th century, and this new problems or new generation requires new laws so as to deal with new problems like crimes in the digital space or terrorism or organized crime. So I think that new laws were needed, and also now the laws are citizen centric. The language is easy, and also there is time bound judicial system, and at the same time new concept like zero FIR and EFIR have been introduced. All these are citizen centric approach, whereas the old laws focus on the protecting the state authority. That is, earlier the focus was Raj, now the focus is Nyaya, and that reflect our Indian ethos and constitutional values.
So do you think language has been simplified?
Sir, in some sections, the language have been simplified or narrowed. For example, in sedition, under section 152, now the section is narrow and it is clearly defined that what would constitute act endangering sovereignty, unity, and integrity of India. Whereas earlier the section and the language was ambiguous and a very wide spectrum of there was things that could be under sedition.
But see, the general opinion of legal fraternity is that the law of sedition has become more stringent, and that in way is true.
Sir, earlier the law of sedition was very wide. I see it in that way. And now the section has been narrowly defined. There is clearly said that only secession or promoting separatist activities or act endangering unity and integrity of sovereignty would come under section 152. So I do not see it is widely defined. And at the same time, state also need mechanism or protection against frivolous or fringe elements who try to harm the nation's sovereignty and integrity. So I do not think that it is a bad section.
Okay, now you are talking about digital law has been introduced or means uh, then organized crime, etc., been included in IPC. But there were already special laws for prosecuting organized crime, economic crimes, and there was a this your Information Technology Act, which takes care of digital crimes. Okay, so this is only duplicity. What are the need to include all this in the new Indian Penal Code?
So earlier the sections were not consolidated at one place and also they were not simplified. For example, terrorism was dealt in UAPA and it was dealt in section 15. Now the terrorism has been defined under IPC. So now it is more arranged and more organized and more on a rational basis rather than some laws dealing with some other provisions. Now all the crimes have been dealt at one place and that would be better in simplification and rationing.
I see 99% of these laws, the copy of IPC, CRPC, and Indian Evidence Act. So how we can say that law has been changed and rooted in ethos and in constitutional law of India?
Yes, I believe, yes, I agree to it that it is not a complete overhaul, but I see it that there has been a continuity of sections that were already well defined, and where there was no change felt, there has been no change, and where the government feel that some changes should be introduced, there the government has done changes. So it is a mix of continuity and selective reforms, and I think it is an intelligent effort and not a blind copy paste.
So ultimately, they are not decolonized, as you are saying, means because it's very minor changes.
Sir, I would not say that it is not decolonized or decolonized. Some sections were already well defined and no changes were felt there. So, no changes were introduced. For example, murder, culpable, homicide, all were properly defined. No changes were felt. But in some sections like chain snatching, it was earlier under theft and robbery. Now a separate section have been introduced. So it is more like a continuity of old things that were already fine and a new reforms to address new problems and to reform that things that were earlier creating problems.
So you mean to say if we don't change the structure, I mean to say police. Police is not decolonized at all. Okay. And we are given the so-called decolonized laws in their hands. Do you think this is the real decolonization if it is at all? Then why not decolonize police and make it independent operationally?
Sir, that is not possible. Under police needs to work under the state, and it needs to be under the state authority that would ensure better governance and better administration. And at the same time, yes, the implementation of laws is done by the judiciary and the police. And at the ground level, it is seen in India that sometimes police is not gender neutral or not very empathic or not very sympathetic. So a more trained based approach is required and more gender sensitive training is required at the grassroots, but that could be addressed by training. But for the first step was to change the laws so that the framework or structure of laws changes, and that could be implemented by the police, and that could be learned in trainings or uh, seminar sessions so as to upgrade their information and knowledge.
Don't you think, my last question to you, after these new laws, the bulldozer justice and counter justice has rather on the rise?
Sorry, sir, I couldn't hear.
Don't you think after the so-called decolonization of laws and counterculture and bulldozer culture has on the rise?
Um, so, particularly speaking in Uttar Pradesh, from where I come, there is no such thing as encounter policy, and also the Honorable Supreme Court has made bulldozer action unconstitutional in November 2024 and has also provided safeguard. But in the past, bulldozer and encounter were used. Bulldozer was used for demolishing illegal establishment, and encounter in Uttar Pradesh increased because of government zero tolerance towards crime and to maintain, and also UP has a history of dreaded criminals and organized criminals who do not even hesitate to fire or harm the police personnel. So when there would be zero tolerance, definitely the encounter would increase because UP has a history of notorious criminals, and there have been many examples where police personnel also have been killed. So I do not see that it has increased. I see it in a way that the government has zero tolerance towards organized crime and towards organized crime, and as a result of symptom of that, the encounter has increased.
Okay, thank you so much, Pawan. Hope
Thank you,
you
sir.
will not. I hope you will not carry this encounter culture to CRPF.
Yes, I would ensure that. And also, the force ethos is not encounter; it is more
Mm.
citizen-centric force.
Mhm.
So already there is nothing encounter approach in CRPF.
Okay, thank you so much. All the best.
Thank you, sir.